What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. You already know, Jay Knows Sports. Let's get into it, man. So, for today, we are going to be doing a prediction to the first round of the NFL playoffs. So, let's start it. We're going to start on the AFC side, of course, because my Texans on that side, you feel me? So, first game up, the Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Texans winning this game. I don't see Pittsburgh winning this game at all. I'm hearing a lot of the chatter from Pittsburgh fans talking about it's going to be cold and CJ's not going to be able to get it to the receivers. Their pass game is going to be non-existent. But then they say CJ going to get hit in the mouth 3 times and he ain't going to be able to play. Make it make sense. You contradicting yourself. Is the game going to revolve around CJ or not? Because if it doesn't, it don't matter if you hit him in the mouth. Then they hit me with our run game is better. Our run game is better. We whopped the bam. All right, Pittsburgh has the better running back room. I'm not biased. I can be real with that. But the Texans have a top 5 rush defense. That's what y'all need to worry about. If it's going to be a running type of game because of snow or cold or whatever the weather is going to be like. I don't know. More of the story, I don't care if we got to throw the ball, run the ball, or if it's from special teams. The Houston Texans are winning this game. The defense going to come out there, put their foot down, shut them up real quick. Y'all barely squeaked into the playoffs, bro. I don't even know why y'all talking like that. I got the Houston Texans winning this game. I'm going to say 24-14. And I think I'm being generous with that 14 points. But, yeah. So, next up, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville has been playing some really good football as of late. But it's playoff time. Josh Allen has been in this situation multiple years. All he's hearing is that you don't have Joe Burrow, you don't have Pat Mahomes, you don't have Lamar Jackson, you don't have to go through none of those guys. You're supposed to be the guy. Josh can't afford to not win, especially he can't afford to lose in the first round. I don't think they're going to lose in the first round. It's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a great game. I feel like where the game is going to go the way of Buffalo, unless Josh Allen and them boys on that D-line step up, is the only way to really rattle Josh Allen is with a pass rush. And I think that's probably the weakest part of Jacksonville's defense. Crazy to say, but their pass rush is not as good as it should be at all. If you give Josh Allen time in that pocket, you're not running man, you're going to run zone. Let people get open in those zones. Coleman, Shakir, he going to dice you up. They still have James Cooks in the background. But once again, I don't think it's going to be a runaway victory. It's going to be a very close game. I don't even think it's going to be a super high-scoring game. I'll say this game is a 17-20 type of game going Buffalo's favor. Next up, the Chargers versus the New England Patriots. Now, it took me forever to talk myself out of picking the Chargers. I can't deny that New England has a pretty good team. The only thing that's hanging over my head with New England is that they had the easiest schedule in the NFL, literally. Number 1 ranked easiest schedule. I can't just let that go when we're talking about playoff football. So yes, I get that Drake May could be the MVP and that they had a great record and they've been balling and they beat everybody that they played, woo wop the bam. But they didn't play many teams that were worth playing. And to me, that means a lot, especially coming in the playoffs where guys are about to step up. Not saying that they're not going to step up, but, that was my original argument. But once again, like I said, I couldn't not pick them because they do have the MVP. Like, a good team is supposed to win an easy schedule, and they did just that. So it's kind of like, yeah, it was easy, but they shined. Like, they didn't just barely be over 500. They wasn't barely beating people. They played really, really well. They're a young team with some veterans put in there. They have Vrabel there as the coach. He was a good coach in Tennessee. They let him go as a scapegoat. I don't think that should have happened, but that's neither here nor there. That is a well-coached team, and once again, they have the MVP, possible MVP at quarterback. So that's why I go pick New England. I think the game is either going to be real close or a blowout. That depends on what Chargers and what Justin Herbert we see. I don't know. We'll find it out when the game comes, but I have this being a 24-20 type of game. Nothing too crazy. It's going to be a real good game, probably come down to the wire. Over to the NFC side. We're starting off with the LA Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young got in like I've been harping for him to all season. But I think this is where the run stops. You're going against a high-powered offense, a pretty good defense. This is a well-rounded Rams team. And they didn't make it this far to just lose in the first round to, respectfully, the Panthers. The Panthers had to win Week 18. Well, it was multiple scenarios that had to happen because they didn't even win Week 18. The Atlanta Falcons winning is what got them into the playoffs. So, yeah, man, they're not all the way there yet. I just wanted to see them in the playoffs so Bryce could get some experience. The whole team can get some experience because they have a pretty young team too. They have some old guys on there, but they have cornerstones that are pretty young. So I just wanted to see them in the playoffs so they can get some experience. I don't think that they're going to do anything with this spot. I think they're going to lose. I don't think it's going to be a really close game in my opinion. I have this being a 30-17 type of game. I honestly feel like they're not going to be able to do anything with the Rams. That's just me being real, man. The Rams have a good team, like I said, on both sides of the ball. So we'll see. Next up, San Francisco versus the Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco really shot themselves in the foot losing that Week 18 game. You win that game versus the Seahawks, you get the number 1 seed, you get the first round bye, and you have the playoffs at home literally for the rest of the playoffs, including the Super Bowl. Well, they lost. And then the first team you have to play is the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly is not as good of a team this year as they were last year, but they're not a bad team by a long shot. All it takes is Saquon turning up that notch and taking over the game. He doesn't have to, but I'm just saying. San Francisco's defense literally hanging on by a thread. Everybody on their defense is hurt. Everybody. Like, it's insane. If you can stop Christian McCaffrey on the offensive side of the ball, Brock Purdy showed us last week. I get it was against the Seahawks who have a great defense. But he showed us that he is human and he can be stopped. If you can take Christian McCaffrey out that game and make the 49ers one-dimensional, it's over with. And the Eagles have a pretty decent D-line. You know, they can get some pressure. They can stop the run. They can do a bunch of different things. I think it's going to be a pretty good game, but I think Philly is going to run away with this. It's not going to be super close. It's not going to be a blowout. I have it being 26 to 20. I'll give them 20 points because that offense can score, but like I said, if you can make them one-dimensional, it's a whole different game. Next up, the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. Green Bay, I am afraid you came this way for nothing. I don't think they're going to beat the Bears. The Bears are on a high note. Their defense is looking good. The offense is looking good. They're a good all-around team right now. Green Bay has been battling a lot of injuries this year, as the 49ers have. Not as many as the 49ers, but they have a lot of good banged-up players. And once again, I don't think that they're using their weapons correctly at all. You would think Matthew Golden was hurt the whole year when you look at his stats. And that's just not the case. They're not using him right at all. He's not the only one that they're not using right. That offense, it needs some freshenings. They need to wake up. I don't know what's going on with that Green Bay offense because on paper it should be much better than it is. And quite frankly, it's not. It's not. So I have Chicago winning this game. This is one of those games that I feel like it's a toss-up as well. But I kind of have in this game being a 28-19, 28-16 type of game. I feel like the Bears defense are going to turn it up a notch. Like I said, they have been a pretty decent defense all year. And that offense has been putting up numbers all year as well. So that's my prediction for round 1 of the playoffs. I want you guys to stay tuned because I will be dropping a vlog for the Texans versus Steelers game. I will be in attendance at NRG for the watch party. So I'm going to kind of vlog that whole day. Not the whole day, but kind of towards the end of my day because I do work that day. And then going to the stadium, getting in there, just showing you guys, you know, what's going on within the watch party. So I want you guys to look forward to that. That video should be up. The game is going to be Monday. I'm probably not going to edit it Monday when I get home. The video should be up sometime on Tuesday. So you guys stay tuned for that, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.